Hello everybody, I'm Matt Schmidt. I'm the principal at Pathways. Welcome to my first video announcements of the school year. Welcome back returning students and families, and welcome to all of our new students and families as well. One of the things that I have done during this remote learning time is every week send out video announcements. In more normal times, we have a weekly town hall meeting with students. Sometimes we do that all together, sometimes I do it over the intercom. But every week we make announcements and let people know what's going on. I'm going to start those today because we have important information that I want to make sure all students have before we actually start school later next week. So here we go. Welcome back to remote learning in Adams 12 5-star schools and the Pathways Future Center School. So the first thing I want you to remember is we are starting in a remote setting. All schools in our district are starting in online learning for the beginning of this school year. That will go at least through September 25th, and the district will be making a decision on our next steps sometime in mid-September, hopefully no later than September 11th. So be prepared for our first Texture at Pathways to be 4 weeks and start August 27th. That's next Thursday, and it will finish on Friday, September 25th. That will for sure be all online learning. So welcome to Pathways. You'll be ready to start your class schedule next Thursday. Before that, most importantly, I want to make sure everybody knows that all students, both kids that were here last year and students that are starting new this year, all of you have a mandatory in-person at the school orientation next week. And it's either going to be on Monday, August 24th or Tuesday, August 25th. It depends on what time of day you're supposed to come to Pathways. It also depends on what your last name starts with. So let me review this information. First of all, this has been up on our website since last Friday. I have sent out email blasts. I have sent out phone calls. There are multiple ways to get this information. The news article on starting the school year is probably the best place to see on pathways.adams12.org. I'm actually going to use that document right here to remind you of when your orientation session is. So, students, your orientation, if you are a morning student, that means you signed up to normally be in school from 8 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. If your last name is A through L, you will have orientation at 9 o'clock on Monday, August 24th. If your last name is M through Z, you will have orientation on Tuesday morning, August 25th at 9 o'clock. If you are an afternoon student, you are scheduled to go to school from 12:20 to 3:15. If your last name is A through L, you will have orientation on Monday, August 24th at 1 o'clock. If your last name is M through Z, you will have orientation on Tuesday, August 25th at 1 o'clock. If you are an evening student, you signed up to come to school in our last session, 4 to 6:55 p.m. All of you will have orientation on Monday at 4 p.m. here at the school, regardless of last name. You are the smaller group. So, students, you have to come during your assigned session at your assigned time because we are going to be following all of the normal protocols for what we deal with in this COVID world. Everybody will have to wear your mask. Got my handy dandy mask right here. You need to get ready. We will be practicing social distancing. That's why things are spread out over a couple of days in smaller groups. You guys will be in small groups, probably no more than 15 students per group. We've got some shade tents set up. We're going to be doing this all outside. So be ready to enjoy a little bit of late August heat, but we do need to do this outside. We'll have you spread out. But what we need to do is get you some very important guidelines and tools to make sure that you're ready to start this school year. For those of you that were around last year, whether you were at Pathways or one of the other high schools in Adams 12, we're going to be doing things differently in our district to start out this school year. So yes, you will be working from home. However, you will be following your normal bell schedule. So if you're a morning student, you're going to sign into your first class at 8, second class at 9, last class at 10, with some modifications for Hexter 1. Same thing, afternoon, you'll have a class that starts at 12:20, etc. Evening, you'll have a class that starts at 4. So you will have to sign on in a Google Video classroom with your teacher Monday through Thursday at your assigned time. So things are going to look quite a bit different, and we want to make sure you have all the things to get you ready for what the beginning of this school year looks like. We'll have schedules ready next week. We will have login information for the different computer systems you're going to need. Counselors will talk to you about how things will work, and we'll also talk to you about some supports we have for you to get this school year going. So it's very, very important that students are here at orientation at your assigned time next week, August 24th or August 25th. Depends on the time of day you're scheduled to come to school. It depends on what your last name starts with. The same article that I was reading off of is what's on the website. It's what's been blasted out to emails to families. Please make sure you refer to that and show up on time or a little bit early to be ready for your orientation session next week. Here's the deal. Once we do that, Monday or Tuesday, you're going to be off in your own world, and classes will actually start Thursday, August 27th at those login times I mentioned. So be prepared for that school year to start Thursday. We'll have one day of classes on Thursday, the 27th. Teachers will get you some intro information, teach you how their class is going to work. Then we go to Friday, which is a normal Friday at Pathways where we don't have classes, and then your schedule will continue that next Monday. So be prepared for that progression. Students, a couple of quick hitters that we're going to be going over and over again starting at orientation. You have to use your school email. Adams 12 email, you're going to be on it every single day. It's how you're going to access your video meetings. It's super important. So we'll get you that information if you don't have it. You're going to have to be on point with sticking on your classes and getting them done on time because time will go by quickly. That first grading period is only 4 weeks long. So we've made some adjustments to the number of classes you'll take. You'll hear all about that at orientation. I'm excited to see you guys next week. It's been a long time since I've seen many students. We had some small things happening around graduation, but it's been a pretty lonely world here in work without students. So we're excited to have you back in school for orientation next week. If you have questions, shoot us an email, give us a phone call, but I plan on seeing you Monday or Tuesday next week for orientation. It'll be all right. We'll get through this school year and we'll help you get to your high school graduation. So I'll sign off on week 1 of my video announcements, and we will continue these throughout the school year as we stay remote. And we'll do things like give props to students who are really doing well. We'll announce graduates, any announcements of things that are going on. So welcome to Pathways 2020. Look forward to meeting you guys.